Blessing Fowowe is here. Feromi Adigbe guys on board. Bolu, also the unseen hand, making things thick for us this morning. Yes, we're streaming live on our Facebook fan page, Splash 105.5 FM Ibadan. Splash 105.5 FM Ibadan is the ID. Just log on to that and watch. That is if you're unable to catch us via 105.5 FM on the radio. This morning, boxing. Remember, we have a fallout of the fights. I think I can call that one an epic fight between Deontay Wilder and now Tyson Fury. Unstoppable, the best heavyweight in the world as we speak. What's going on? Deontay Wilder is saying he will not retire. Of course, we shouldn't expect him to retire. As far as I'm concerned, he's the second best out there. Blessing, what's that about?
Second best.
Nigerian power bar lifter gets 30 months ban. That's on a very sad one. Meanwhile, Borodidi elected into UWW Athletes Commission. And of course, the world of football will also come through at some point. Remember, we're gradually rounding off the international break, and we'll start to switch our attention from tomorrow to the return of club football. But first and foremost, let me get my friends on board. Blessing Fowowe. Before you say anything, say good morning.
Indeed, I wasn't going to say anything just yet, but yeah, good morning to the city of Ibadan and beyond. Good morning to you, Tunde, Feromi, and everyone else. It's great to be back here again. Super Tuesday, of course, international break. About to, wrap up, and then we get back to club football. But I'm really excited with what we have seen so far in this particular international break.
Okay, so what did you have against my assertion that Deontay Wilder
second best in the world? I mean, for a man who was beaten black and blue, that's the way I like to see it. Because
for a man that took Tyson Fury to 11 rounds.
Sorry, you took him fine. You took him to 11 rounds, dropped Tyson Fury, I think twice in the fourth round. But at the end of the day, what happened?
There was only going to be one winner.
You see, my mind is going back to that second fight where, Fury before that match talked about how he's going to, get blood out of him. He did that. And then he appeared to, lick the blood in that second fight. I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about. Yeah. Look at this last fight as well. He beat him, blood coming out of his ears. Same format. I don't know if you have been beaten black and blue like that. I don't see what. If
you have been beaten by the best, doesn't that make you the second best?
No, I like to see him and the rest. Let us see him and Anthony Joshua, for instance. Let's see him and Usyk, for instance. Then I can talk about him being second best or not.
Who are you going to be rooting for? In a fight between Deontay Wilder and AJ. I mean, hypothetically, I'm asking Blessing.
Who am I going to be rooting for? Definitely
not hoping that wins. I mean, that you think should win on the strength of what you've seen.
On the strength of what I have seen, I feel like Wilder is not all that. Maybe the quality of the fight that he has had before he had to fight Fury or something. So I think I'll go for Joshua.
Okay, let me just quick shout out to all those who are watching. Ayobami Ezekiel, Latif Rafiu Abacha, Ajewole Timothy Oluwaseyi, Mahmoud Jami Olalekun, Ajewole Timothy, I mentioned that earlier, Ayobami Ezekiel, so many more watching on our Facebook fan page this morning. Well, we do have a post, a Blessing. Tell us about the post on our Facebook fan page.
Yes, the post is all about the comments made by Belgium goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois after that third place match they played with Italy. They lost 2-1, but he had some things to say concerning football administrators, talking about how they have prioritized money over the welfare of the player. It says for the football authorities, it is more money, more games on TV for them, but for the players, their welfare is not being looked about. I mean, they are being treated like robots. Those are his comments after that game. So I'm wondering if anyone else agrees with Thibaut Courtois.
In this part of the world, when the word welfare comes to mind, the first thing is money. And I'm not sure these guys will complain about money.
Definitely.
In the world of football today. But then again, I guess for them, it goes beyond just money. There are other things. Feromi Adigbe, it's a pleasure to have you here. Good morning.
Always a pleasure to be here. Good morning to you today. It's a blessing. And of course, some wonderful listener out there. I mean, probably I should go back to what you guys started with. My top 5. Can I?
Top 5 boxers, right?
Yes.
Okay, now
Right
you're
now.
taking it to the next level. Let's have it.
Out of 5, number 1 has to be Tyson Fury. Usyk comes second for me.
Undoubted.
As far as I'm concerned, I would go for AJ in third position, Deontay Wilder
In fourth.
and
And
of
in
course,
fifth?
Andy Ruiz.
There is.
Okay.
Anyway,
Debate.
it's yours.
Because Usyk is holding four
Of course, presently you can't.
four belts that
Three,
do not count. 3 belts that do not count for one.
I don't care about that.
In my opinion,
It
all this
divided
IBF,
everywhere.
WBA, WBA.
No.
It's not
about
as
the WBC.
prestigious as WBC. yet.
Anyway,
Exactly.
that's why he
I
took
understand.
Tyson Fury as number 1.
Yeah, definitely. Tyson Fury has to be.
Okay,
number
I
one.
mean
Yeah.
your point very valid, quite debatable. But I suspect that Deontay Wilder, maybe because he's been beaten now by Tyson Fury, who I consider the best, you guys have pushed him down the pecking order.
Of course.
But I suspect he's better than those other 3 guys that
He
you
should
mentioned.
face them first, and let's see the outcome
Indeed.
before we can actually.
I'd
judge.
really love to see him against Usyk.
Like she rightly said,
And you
can't.
think he will not defeat Usyk?
You can't say
With what
today.
Usyk did against
We can't
Joshua,
sit down
you can't
here
say.
and say that probably is going to defeat Usyk. I mean, you went up against Tyson Fury 3 times. Technically, I felt he lost those 3 fights.
I agree.
Technically, but
I agree.
But
Because
realistically,
Tyson Fury is the best.
definitely. I mean, if you can't beat the
Tyson
best,
Fury will beat all those other guys.
if you are claiming
I
to
hope
beat,
you know.
yeah, maybe.
Okay, well, let's leave boxing for now. Well, Deontay Wilder is speaking. He said they will not be quitting boxing after losing to Tyson Fury for a second time. Ferroni said the 3rd time. Wilder was knocked out in the 11th round by Fury in a thrilling WBC World Championship fight in Las Vegas on Saturday. Wilder and Fury contested a controversial draw in December 2018 before the Briton won the February 2020 rematch when Wilder's then trainer Mark Breland threw the towel into the ring in this 7th round. That move angered Wilder so much that he dismissed Breland and replaced him with Scott, a fighter he had defeated in 2014. In the 3rd Fury-Wilder bout, both men were knocked down, Fury twice in the 4th and Wilder in the 3rd and 10th rounds before a 3rd knockdown in the 11th saw the referee stop the fight. Scott said there was not a moment when he considered ending the contest. Well, the International Paralympic Committee has issued a 30-month ban to former Paralympic champion and Nigerian powerlifter Paul Kende for committing an anti-doping rule violation. In a statement by the IPC, Kende tested positive for prohibited substances following a urine sample provided out of competition on the 9th of March 2020, making this his 2nd ADRV. The substances, hydrochlorothiazide and its metabolites and amyloride, are included on the World Anti-Doping Agency 2020 prohibited list under the Class 55 diuretics and masking agents. The point to be made here is that he has failed a doping test.
Yes.
And
He has to serve the ban.
30 months, that's a lot.
Which is dating back to 2018. Or 2019 rather. So he's going to,
So he's
return
got
next.
like a year.
Yeah, thereabouts.
To go.
Exactly.
You see, the point is, it's usually a dent in anybody's
Yes.
career because it goes into your profile, except if sometimes in the future it's proven to be false.
Yes, and one name that comes to mind is Marion Jones and Tim Montgomery. Remember, that scandal about them. It's crazy.
And then our blessing. She hasn't failed.
She hasn't.
We're still
on it.
She seems
We're
to be
still on
dancing
it.
around.
Yeah.
She has been accused, allegations here and there against of not cooperating as well. But
Those people don't just throw allegations.
of course
around.
not. Of course not.
That's why I said she's been dancing around that.
But it's just
territory.
sad that all those things doesn't make an athlete focus. I mean, it tends to distract them because you've got a lot of things lined up for you. Like Blessing now, probably she won't be able to do many things that she's got lined up for
Say
herself.
Blessing Okabari.
Okay.
Blessing
I understand.
Akagbe.
So that we don't get it
Yes,
twisted.
thank you
Yeah,
very much.
definitely. So I just hope she actually, comes out clean of this, because if she doesn't, trust me, it's going to be a huge dent on that career that she's been able to
Tunde,
do.
I also think it's also might be a big part of the failings of our own anti-doping system here in Nigeria, because if we've had a system that is in place that is sticking to conducting necessary tests on all of these athletes, we would have been able to snuff out any of this challenge and seen it ahead of time to avoid this embarrassment. But I hope that we will learn our lesson from this.
I just hope so.
Tokyo 2020 Olympic silver medalist Blessing Obrojudo has been elected into the United World Wrestling Athletics Commission as Africa's sole representative for the next 4 years 2021 to 2025. The 10-time African champion polled 90 votes from the 397 athletes who participated in the election during the 2021 World Championships in Oslo, Norway at the weekend. The 32-year-old Commonwealth gold medalist will join 6 other wrestlers from Europe. That's two from Asia, Americas, and Oceania in the Athletics Commission. Well, when I first saw this, I remember again that our role model is a certain Daniel Igali.
Yeah.
And she seemed to be following in the footsteps of Daniel Igali, not just, as a successful wrestler, but also as a politician.
I think she has also returned to school. She has also returned to school.
Which is a credit to her.
A credit to her, exactly. At 32. Remember after the Olympics, she talked about how that could probably just be the last Olympics. And she's thinking about, the next step. Yeah. Maybe coming in as an administrator or as a coach or as a referee along the line.
And for now we know where she's going.
Exactly. For me, this is just, her going for what she wants exactly, knowing what she wants exactly.
Choose your role models.
Of course, and it's not about you are getting retired and you don't know what to do next. There's no ground plan. Then exactly,
and become confused. And be waiting on the government.
What the government do for you?
Exactly.
They won't do anything for you. This is
huge kudos to Blessing Obrojudo, and also huge kudos to Daniel Ikali, because they talk about you being a success after you've been able to produce success. So I feel like he's also on the path of
and Blessing. That's what we're talking about, having good administrators, the right people at the right times of affair. I mean, imagine someone like Daniel Igali in almost every part of the federation in this country. How good would our sports be, and good for these athletes as well. So I think kudos to her, kudos to Daniel Igali. Hopefully those other federations can learn something from this particular federation at this point in time.
Okay, you mentioned other federations, learning from them. Pick one or two that you think should learn.
MBBF.
Funny enough, that was the first thing on my mind as well.
Okay, I speak with one.
Not far-fetched.
MBBF as
it has to be,
honestly.
probably AFN.
Yes. AFN, yes. MBBF, yes. MBBF particularly because of the league and how that is affecting the players who are home-based.
How about NFF?
Okay, Agbebi Felix. Well, first time watching you guys live. It has always been awesome listening on radio, but I never knew Blessing was a female.
I wasn't expecting you to read that. I wasn't expecting you to
like
read that.
a man. That's what she said. That's what he said.
Are you serious
right now? Is that a compliment?
Is it not?
It depends on how you take it. But for me, I also think it is not uncomplimentary.
I didn't expect you to read that.
Blessing Fowowe. I mean, how many times have I called Blessing a queen?
And you keep wondering who's the man. Felix, I'm tired though.
Okay. Kanayo Duro said, good evening, good morning. Love what you guys are doing. Thank you. Adede Jobatunde, good morning to you. Chigozie, for me, Deontay Wilder is rated over AJ, judging by the opponents they lost against. Wilder only lost to Tyson Fury, while AJ lost to underdog in the heavyweight division. I stand with Tunde. Wilder is my second best.
What about the players that they won against?
Okay. He has a right to the
caliber of the fighters. Yes, of course.
Oluwasegun Adeni, well, it is what it is. It's all about money now on both sides of the federation and the players. Couture should retire if he's not comfortable with the schedule of games. They get huge amounts of money weekly, but I've not seen any one of them complain about that. Ranting on social media will not change anything. Get the huge money as much as you can, then retire when you feel your body can't cope with the stress. Okay, it was Oluwasegun Adeni that won on the show last Friday. We've been trying to reach out to you.
Send a message via DM on Facebook.
Yes, with your details, certainly. Keep your comments coming. 6 National Youth Games, 5,070 athletes, coaches, other expected officials. We'll take a break on the program. SportsBang will be back in a bit. Stay with us.
Today is a good day. A good day to take a walk. A good day to reach for your goals. A good day to finish reading that book. A good day to connect with your friends while doing the things you love. A good day to shoot your shot. A good day to enjoy life to the fullest with Malta Guinness.
Malta Guinness. Enjoy a world of good.
Àwọn tó kún létí wọn mọ ohun tó dára o. Kásìsì máa ni wọ́n ń lò. Kásìsì ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ òde òní náà fi ṣe. Kásìsì ó dára kì máa í mòrú. ó tún ṣe ege sí odi ìwò tẹ́ bá fẹ́ o. ó lè kókó. ó dára ó rẹwà ó lànà pẹ́. ó lè kókó. ó dára ó rẹwà ó lànà pẹ́. prestige wà. lẹ́gẹ̀dì gan ìyẹn ò lẹ́gbẹ́. diamond wà. crystal pẹ̀lú supreme tó dára. ilé iṣẹ́ Nigerite ló ṣe wọ́n jáde o. Nigerite calcicil tó táwọn yọjú.
calcicil sílẹ̀ tí lè ṣe Nigerite fìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ ayé òde òní gbé jáde. ó rẹwà ó le koko ó lálòpẹ́. bàbá ń bari ẹ̀ ní pé kì í mòoru. ó yàtọ̀ láwùjọ àwọn sílẹ̀. ó tún ṣe gẹ́sì pèlè ìpèlè. bẹ́ẹ̀ owó rẹ̀ mọ̀ níwọ̀nba. ó sì wà ní gbogbo ilé ìtajà Nigerite jákèjádò Nàìjíríà. Nigerite calcicil ó ju sílẹ̀ lásán lọ.
Wow, it's here!
What's that? What's here, Mom?
The new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer.
Tell me about it, Mom.
The new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer is carefully produced to help us fight germs and provide the right protection for every family.
Introducing the new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer to help you fight germs every day.
Mom, now I can clean up germs that touch my hand and be fine, right?
Yes, son, you can, because Maxi 20 will keep you protected.
Yippee!
Maxi 20, war on germs. Another quality product from Intercontinental Distillers Limited.
lẹ́nìkan bá ń bi mí ohun tí mo máa ṣe tí bá jowó tó tówó gidi mo ronú mílíọ̀nù kan náírà àbí ìyẹn ò tún nǹkan kan rárá bóyá pẹ̀lú bíi 5 tàbí 10 mo lè.
mú àlárẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ ṣẹ pẹ̀lú ìpolongo Airtel Recharge and Blow níbi tí gbogbo èèyàn ti jẹ́ olúborí ra owó ìpè dójú àmì lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ kó o sì gbádùn ẹ̀bùn owó tó tó 100 mílíọ̀nù náírà. ìpolongo yìí ń wá sópin ní oṣù December ọdún 2021 fún àlàyé síwájú sí testa 444*4#.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
kíní kan wà tí gbogbo obìnrin máa ń ní tí wọ́n bá ti di abiyamọ tí ọmọ tí ẹbí rẹ̀ bá nírora torí bá ń fọ́ wọn ṣé bí jáfara léwu abiyamọ kì í fi ìgbà ìrora falẹ̀ pẹ̀lú M&B paracetamol tó yára pa tí kì í gbalọ̀ kábọ̀ oníkóró fún àgbàlagbà àti olómi tó ládùn ọ̀pọ̀ òyìnbó fún àwọn ọmọdé yóò lé ẹ̀fọ́rí àti ara ríro jìnnà sí ẹbí rẹ̀ M&B kàti ń perégedé ó lé ní 70 ọdún òun ni àwọn obìnrin tó rí núròde fi ọkàn tán fún ẹ̀fọ́rí àti ìrora ní ìwé alọ́ rámírámí làárí pupa ìyẹn M&B paracetamol tí ìrora kò bá lọ lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ méjì rí dókítà rẹ̀ M&B paracetamol ìrora kò lè dá ọ dúró.
Okay, great too. I'll be back on SportsBang. No fewer than 5,070 athletes, coaches, state delegates, and other officials are expected at the 6th National Youth Games in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. Director of Grassroots Sport Development, Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports, Bodidro Toye disclosed in an interview on Monday in Ilorin, wish all of them the very best. This is the 6th edition and it's scheduled, it started on Sunday and it will run through to the 19th of October. Meanwhile, former Ayimba manager Fatah Osho has joined MPFL side Rivers United as their chief coach. The club has announced Osho replaces Indobe Sinduka, who was promoted to the role of a technical director by the CAF Champions League campaigners. I remember Finidi George is now with Ayimba. You see, one of the things I like about Nigerian football is that by the time you retire, say maybe after 20-25 years, you would have managed at least half the clubs in Nigeria. Okay, quickly, talking about World Cup qualifying results in Europe. Iceland defeated Liechtenstein 4-0. Romania also 1-0 against Armenia. North Macedonia were defeated 4-0 on their home turf by, of course, Germany. Latvia also lost against Turkey 2-1. Netherlands 6-0 against Gibraltar, and then 2-0 for Norway against Montenegro. And in Africa, Burkina Faso were 2-0 winners over Djibouti. Mozambique lost to Cameroon 0-1. Ivory Coast 2-1. They defeated Malawi. Gabon 2-0 against Angola. Egypt also whitewashed Libya 3-0. And today, talking about games coming up, Portugal versus Luxembourg, Serbia against Azerbaijan, Kosovo to play Georgia, Sweden versus Greece, Denmark, Austria, Faroe Island versus Scotland, Israel, Moldova, Albania, Poland, England, Hungary, San Marino, and Andorra. And of course, the one that concerns us, no, not us, really. Niger, Algeria, and Zimbabwe, Ghana, South Africa, Ethiopia, Namibia, Senegal, Congo versus Togo, Guinea against Morocco. So many games in Asia, in America, in Europe, in Africa, all over the world. we need to take a quick break for the BBC Premier League updates. But before then, Thibaut Courtois, that comment has accused football governing bodies of prioritizing money over the welfare of players who feels are being treated like robots. Let's quickly take the comments. His quote: "This game is just a money game. We have to be honest about it. We just play because for UEFA it is extra money and it is an extra game on TV." Was actually referring to the UEFA Nations League. If we never say anything, it will always be the same. They can be angry about other teams making a Super League, but they don't care about the players. They just care about their pockets. We'll be back to round off the BBC Premier League updates up next.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Hello, I'm James Gregg at the BBC Sports Centre. Manchester United's Marcus Rashford has told the BBC he'd never experienced the kind of support he received from fans after he was the target of racist abuse following his penalty miss in the final of the European Championship in July. Rashford, who last week received an honorary doctorate from Manchester University, came off the bench before missing his spot kick as England lost to Italy. The racism was followed by huge support for Rashford and a mural in the area of Manchester where he grew up, depicting the player with messages of support.
It's definitely a great feeling for me to have that support from people that some of them don't even watch football. Just for us as a team as well, it was nice to see people behind us. You never want to get that far in a tournament and then, get to the final game and lose. But to lose on penalties, it's such fine margins. And I've been lucky enough to take a lot of penalty kicks, and I know that some of them go in, some of them don't. But there's never a time that racism is acceptable, or we should accept racism and just get on with our lives. But for probably on the biggest stage that racism has been in front of us as young players, it was nice to see so many people supporting us without us even saying anything.
Meanwhile, Arsenal youngster Emile Smith-Rowe's winning goal gave 10-man England under-21s a narrow victory against Andorra in what was a European Championship qualifier, whilst in African World Cup qualifying there were goals for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Nicolas Pepe as well for Gabon and Ivory Coast respectively. For more football news from the BBC, you can go to bbc.com/football.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Okay, that was the BBC Premier League updates. Okay, Peter Monday, thank you for your comments. Olusegun Patrick Banjo, also thank you. Uchena Kingsley Okeke, thank you. Shanu Sharafuddin, Laji Abukasimu, thank you all for your comment. Good news for Barcelona. Sergio Aguero and Ousmane Dembele both returned to training for Barcelona on Monday, with neither having played yet this season. This should be valuable addition to a club that has been struggling badly in the early part of the season. So, your take before we leave on Thibaut Courtois' statements accusing UEFA of prioritizing money over the welfare of players.
I think if he's not interested in international football, he should just retire. Because
aligning yourself.
No, that's just true. The game is all about money now, and there's really little.
About money.
I think there's really little or nothing they can do about that. You play more games, you get more money.
If the players don't support it, it won't go on.
It won't go on, indeed. But sometimes I feel like it is force-fed to the players. Like you have no option.
It's not possible. You can imagine if FIFPro says no.
For instance,
it can't work.
UEFA Nations League, it comes on board and the players refuses to play. Who gets banned? Who gets suspension?
What I'm saying is you cannot suspend all the players. FIFPro is a union of all professional footballers. If they all say no, you can't ban them all.
So what do you think UEFA should do now?
What I'm saying is
give them
the players union representing the interest of the players supported this idea. So we only just have a handful of isolated players coming out to complain.
And definitely the majority.
If their union is opposed to it, it will not work. We need to go Blessing and Farami. Let me take Farami first.
Yeah, definitely. Hansi Flick is doing something really wonderful with Germany right at this point in time. The German coach is doing wonders. He's qualified them for the World Cup. Hopefully, Nigeria's German coach can do the same.
You know, here's the thing about coach. There's a certain Tunde Olawuwo who is always saying that Manchester United needs a German trainer.
Yeah, German trainer.
To assist on the
Go and get Hansi Flick. And
then you ask Faith to be like, oh no, that's me the manager. What else after giving him a German trainer?
Hey, but shout out to Hansi Flick, really.
Doing something wonderful. 5 games, 5 wins, 18 goals considered. It's scored. That's
incredible.
really nice.
Okay, Blessing.
Thanks for having me this morning.
Queen Blessing. Make no mistake.
Female Blessing.
Do have a fantastic Tuesday. Thanks to Bolu this morning, aka the Senator. And of course to Arakuni Goke.
Incoming Senator.
You know, have a fabulous Tuesday and bye-bye. Now money remain, right?
Now money remain, I swear.
Splash FM 105.5.
Hi. For over 60 years, RAID scientists have worked to protect people around the world. Protection, they say, is something we all need, yet not something we all get. Mosquitoes can be very terrifying. Whether you see them or hear them, you want to get rid of these irritating insects. Their painful bites can cause bumps that irritate your skin. There are many other ways mosquitoes can be harmful to you and your family. RAID Multi-Insect Killer is a fast-acting insect killer that works as